what does data say on face shields? Never ka pa talaga nagkamali?
You have to be surgically precise in what you're doing. Ang weakest part ng ating pandemic response is yung contact tracing.
Edson, with the current numbers, what is your prediction? Kailan mag-i-end itong pandemic?
Ang nakikita ko ngayon, if you look at the trend din sa ibang bansa, no?
Hello everyone! Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. And bukod sa mga adventures and behind the scenes ng aking everyday life, I will also be sharing with you guys on this channel meaningful conversations with people that I believe to be change makers of today. And today, on my channel, we have somebody who's not only a man of the hour, but also a man of the season. He leads the data analytics of ABS-CBN News, where he is a one-man team. Let's welcome our ABS-CBN Data Analytics head, Edson Guido. Edson, galing ka sa 4 p.m. breaking news. Araw-araw po niya ginagawa yung pag-break ng news ng 4 p.m.
Ano yan parang breakfast, lunch, and then yung DOH 4 p.m. dinner. Yan na part na ng buhay natin. And just pray na things would get better for all of us soon.
Nakakatulog ka pa ba?
Yun yung problema ko actually. Ako kasi dati before the pandemic, ang galing ko matulog Basta pag humiga ako, tulog agad ako Walang problema sa akin, kahit sa kotse, kahit saan. Pero ngayon kasi nitong pandemic, yung problem ko, yung Department of Health data usually, naglalabas sila 4 p.m., di ba? And then, yung pinaka-full complete data nila, nilalabas yan pamsan 9, pamsan 10, pamsan 11. As much as possible, gusto ko yung COVID data na tinitingnan ko, bago matulog, more or less medyo buo ko na.
Edson, this issue on face shields has been very controversial in the past week. What does data say on face shields?
Yung na-mention mo kanina, no, yung CDC, malinaw na they don't recommend using face shields talaga, no? Para sa kanila, ang face shield, it may be used in addition to face mask. Kasi hindi naman effective ang face shield in protecting you from yung mga respiratory droplets. And ang DOH naman, they cited a study in India na pinapakita nga yung importance din ng face shield. And yung study na to was actually published in 2020. So, bale, merong 62 na health workers, nagka-counsel sila ng mga asymptomatic na family contacts ng mga patients na naging COVID positive, no? And out of the 62 health workers, 12 dun yung naging infected with COVID, no? Now, after that, inintroduce ngayon yung face shield. And afterwards, tinest silang lahat. And out of the 50, wala nang na-infect. So, ito yung sinasabi ng DOH, no? It's a study to illustrate basically the benefits of using face shields, but we have to remember, it's face shield and face mask to, eventually, no? Pero another part dun sa study, which I personally found equally important, no, Gretch, is the authors also said na further investigation of face shields in community settings is warranted.
Link nga sa akin yung isang study na supposedly CDC saying that hindi daw significant yung difference if you wear a face shield.
Okay, so first, hindi nakita ko yung tweet na yun, no. Hindi siya galing sa CDC kasi yung CDC malinaw sila in their statement that they don't recommend using face shields as substitutes for face masks talaga, no. Actually, that study came from American Journal of Infection Control, no. So hindi siya galing sa CDC.
Fake news pala ako.
And then, yung study na yon, they made use of a simulation siya, no? So, ibig sabihin, hindi talagang actual na tao yung nandun sa study nila. Yung environment mo, it's a very controlled environment, no? So, ibig sabihin, best case scenario yan, hindi siya real world environment. At the same time, kung titingnan natin yung study na yon, hindi nila tinest yung spread actually virus Tinest sila yung spread ng bacteria.
Nagkaroon tayo ng surge ng COVID even though we were wearing face shields. Parang in terms of numbers, marami pa rin tayong cases. Ikaw mismo, ano yung opinion mo seeing the current trends in the Philippines, seeing how, time goes by? What is your own opinion on these face shields? Dapat nga ba natin i-require sa community.
Being devil's advocate lang, it can go both ways. What if hindi natin alam na kung wala palang face shield, mas mataas pa yung numbers. So yung face shield, what it basically does is additional layer of protection siya, basically for the eyes, no? So for me, so far, kailangan, kaya dito pumapasok, kailangan pa natin pag-aralan. Kasi cost-benefit analysis yan eh. Kung ganun ka-significant yung additional benefit niya, considering na may face shield na and then may distancing, kasi it's also costly eh. Understandable naman yan. Hindi naman lahat afford bumili ng face shield talaga. Yung mga iba, ipapangkain mo na lang, di ba? Pero sa ngayon kasi, Gretch, yung vaccination pace natin hindi pa talaga tumataas, no? Limited pa rin yung ating vaccine supply, although last week maraming pumasok na additional supplies, no? As a proportion of the population, less than 2% pa lang yung fully vaccinated. So, we still have a long way to go.
Paano ka napasok sa data analytics? Matagal mo na bang hilig itong math, itong pag-crunch ng numbers?
Naalala ko yung kwentuhan natin before when you said na kapag nanonood ka ng PBA, di ba, nililista mo yung stats, ganun. Talagang mahilig tayo sa numbers. And then, economics nga yung course ko. And then, napansin ko, meron kaming mga quantitative courses kasi dyan na may mga data na pumapasok. Napansin ko, hindi siya ganun kagusto ng mga classmates ko, no? Tapos napansin ko, sabi ko, if I wanna be good at what I do dito sa pagiging economist ko sa course, kailangan, meron akong differentiating factor. At yun nakita ko nga na parang hindi ganun kagusto ng mga tao ang numbers. So, doon ako nag-focus. Gusto ko lang i-share, kasi si Gretch, nakikita nyo, volleyball player before, ngayon, host, di ba, anchor, pero nerd din yan, management engineering. Nag-uusap kami ng numbers yan, and talagang maganda yung balikan namin.
What does crunching the numbers mean?
Explain muna natin yung DOH data, pagdating sa cases niyan, ano yan? Ngayon, it's more than 1 million rows na yan. Every pasyente may information yan. So, pag crunch mo yung numbers, hinahanapan mo ng storya. Yung buong dataset na yun. So, you have to understand bakit tumataas yung kaso, bakit bumababa yung kaso. So, marami pang factors talaga.
How do you figure out which angle to look at? Ano ba yan? Yan ba yung parang instinct sa basketball? May pulso ka ba dyan?
Oo. Actually, before tayo nag-COVID, di ba, yung work din natin sa news, nalalaman natin kung ano yung mas importante, ano yung mga numbers na nagmamatter. Especially nung early part of the pandemic, syempre, tinitingnan din natin yung experiences ng ibang bansa eh. Ano ba yung nangyayari sa kanila? Ano ba yung numbers na binabantayan nila? And then, we look at it from a local context then. What I immediately knew during the start of the pandemic is that I can't be just a numbers guy. I had to study COVID, not just by the numbers. So, ayun, ang daming research, ang daming binasa ko. I looked at the best practices din ng ibang bansa, no? Like what I always say, people don't appreciate what they don't understand. So, I have to, what people would always say, and sabi mo, laymanize.
Kaya naman, itong si Edson, laging nagtitrend on Twitter ang kanyang mga tweets dahil mabilis maintindihan at nililaymanize nga niya yung mga terms, makes sense of the numbers. How do you feel about the rise in your follower count on Twitter? Ano ba yung number mo before the pandemic? Mga 10,000. Ngayon, nasa 30 ka na. Tama ba ako?
I told you na pag-usapan namin before na I don't really count na eh. The primary goal is really to help inform. The platform helps us inform. Diba? Parang dati, you followed me on Twitter way before. Ang dami kong tinitweet na nonsense eh. Ngayon, parang nakakamiss eh.
Sobrang ingat na.
Oh. So, as much as possible, especially for me na numbers yung nilalabas ko, I want to maintain that level of accuracy sa mga nilalabas ko. You'll have bashers din. So, ako personally, my followers, they're really smart. Yun yung masasabi ko. Doon tayo pumapasok eh. So, kailangan lang ma-provide yung context and people that follow us, nakita natin na okay, alam na nila what numbers to look into.
Never ka pa talaga nagkamali? I mean, in your entire career of releasing numbers, and how do you make sure what is it that comes into that?
Okay, so what I do is I prepare the day before. Ito medyo trade secret na to So hahanapin ko, huhulaan, mag-estimate ako eh. So I would estimate the number of cases. Sabihin ko, okay, parang nakikita ko from these indicators that I'm seeing. I look at testing, I look at all the other indicators, I look at the trend the past few days. Mukhang 6,000 to bukas. So kapag 6,000, ito ang story ako. Boom, boom, boom. Nakalista yan. Nakadraft lahat yan. Pag yung deaths pumalo ng 150, ito yung story ako. Boom, boom, boom. Nakalista lahat. And then I check the night before. Okay, pag ito tama ba to? Tama ba to? Tama ba to? Okay, tama sila. So the day after, pag lumabas ng 4 p.m., say 6,000 yung cases, ito na yung istorya ko. At na-check ko na yan the night before. So it really takes preparation from the day before. So doon ko na lahat chinek. And then once I release to, pag nilabas ko na siya, shinare ko na sa news outlets natin, chinecheck ko ulit one more time bago ko talagang totally bitawan. Para kang nag-o-opera niyan eh. You have to be surgically precise in what you're doing. I'm really different, I would say. Iba yung tutok ko talaga eh. Talagang nakabantay ako 100% of yung level of accuracy ko, hindi lang siya isang check eh. Ang dami kong quality control na ginagawa. Ang dami kong methods. Of course, I can share some of those methods.
When these numbers are released in bulletins at 4 p.m., what don't we understand? And are these all relevant numbers? Because you say na hindi lahat ng numbers mahalaga.
Siyempre, yung number one, it all begins with the number of cases pa rin. Yun talaga yung kailangan mo tingnan kasi kung marami ang cases, dyan magsisimula yung the rest eh. Eventually, pag mataas yung kaso, unfortunately, a proportion of those cases will result in deaths. From there, kailangan natin lagyan ng context. Bakit ba mataas yung cases? So, titingnan din natin kasi on some days, mababa yung testing, mababa din yung cases. So, yun yung numbers na binabantayan ko, no? Cases, deaths, testing, kasama yung positivity rate dun. And then yung last is yung tinitingnan din natin kung puno ba yung mga ospital. May percentage ang DOH dun eh. Every day, nilalabas nila kung ilang percent ng mga hospital beds yun puno. Pero ang nangyari dito, Gretch, nung surge, nung April, alam natin, di ba, nagkaroon ng reports na yung mga hospital were reporting full capacity. Pero yung case bulletin ng DOH, they were still saying na hindi pa siya puno. So dyan na tayo papasok na parang sabihin natin, ano ba talaga yung totoo, di ba? Dyan na yung magiging story natin. Pero kasi, ang data, Gretch, ganito yan eh. At it has always been garbage in, garbage out, no? So, ganun talaga yung limitation sa data analysis din eh. Nandun yung possibility na hindi pa updated eh, yung data.
Your honest opinion, gaano tayo kabilis mag-respond to these lags in information?
Noong 2020, sobrang tagal. Ngayon, it's very minimal. So, kudos to DOH. Talagang malaking improvement sa lag time. Ang nakikita natin ngayon within the same week, karamihan nare-report na. Pero pagdating sa deaths, dun tayo nakakakita ng delay pa eh. Kasi Gretch, yung DOH, they wanted to make sure din, no, na ang isang tao namatay talaga because of COVID.
I asked you about the lag in number reporting. How about the lag in government response to the numbers? For example, sobrang nakakatuwa tong si Edson, and I say this that he has been doing impactful work because our politicians have been following him, tuning into his data, and basing their decisions on suggestions. One of which I remember was sinabi mo, dapat tayong mag-focus ng vaccination sa NCR to be able to reach herd immunity faster. And sobrang nakaka-proud ako. I mean, as your friend, as your good friend, matagal na po kami magkakilala, kaya proud na proud talaga kaibigan ko si Edson.
Matagal na akong fan ni Gretchen ko. Dating kasi Gretch sa COVID, talagang may delay talagang mangyayari. Kasi if transmission is happening now, at this very point, hindi pa talaga yan mare-report as in now din eh. Kunwari nagkaroon ng transmission ngayon, kung maalala natin noong February, nung nagkaroon tayo ng surge, diba? Lumabas siya sa March na lumabas eh, yung numbers ng surge. Pero noong February, may nakikita na tayong signs nun eh. Pero yung ating implementation on lockdown started, yung bubble started March 22 eh. For one, may limitation talaga given nga the incubation period of the virus. Pero sa tingin ko, ang pinaka-limitation natin, ang weakest part ng ating pandemic response is yung contact tracing.
Or how important do you think is data analytics in today's society, in the news organization, in politics, in making decisions, in business?
Isang good thing na nangyari nitong pandemic, no, if I may share lang, is that more people, for me, sa aking observation, they got to appreciate numbers talaga. Yun yung nakita ko. Yung government natin ngayon, for one, they talk about the numbers and certain metrics, no? And they become an integral part ng kanilang decision-making. And yung mga tao din, yung nakwento ko nga sa Gretch kanina, when they look at numbers na nilalabas ng government, especially sa COVID, they become more critical ngayon when it comes to numbers. Nasasama siya sa daily conversation, no? Pag may numbers ka, it's something that is concrete, it's something that is objective, and evidence-based.
So, do you compute everything mapa day-to-day decision making mo hanggang sa love life mo.
Evidence-based, yes.
How about the numbers adding up?
Yes, so kailangan yun, no? Ang ano ko lang talaga paminsan kapag ang personal ako, lalo na itong pandemic, naging weakness ko lang talaga, hindi nag-add up paminsan pag napapa-online shopping tayo eh. Pag nasa stress. Hindi na natin naiisip yung numbers eh.
How many pairs have you bought in this pandemic?
Huwag ko na lang sabihin. Mahirap.
Apo. Pero ano yung favorite mo? Anong favorite mo dun sa mga sapatos na yun?
Well, yung Kobe 6 na last time yun, yung lumabas ng December, no? So, yun yung talagang gusto ko kasi yun yung tinatawag ng Kobe Grinch na sinuot ni Kobe nung 2010 Christmas game. Ang ganda yung sapatos, green siya, tapos pinaltan ko yung sintas na red, no? So, parang Christmas vibe talaga.
Biktima ka pala ng mga online promo. Do you feel that you're like an athlete? Because I look at you and I hear you and how committed you are to COVID numbers and doing this day by day. And I see somebody who is like an athlete who is so focused on his craft and delivering and trying to be better and trying to go past the burnout feeling. Ganun ba yung pakiramdam mo sa ginagawa mo ngayon?
Yes, definitely yung discipline kailangan talaga na doon. And then yung mental toughness. Kasi to do this day in and day out is really hard. It really takes its toll, no? Especially mentally talaga. Actually, yung mga ibang tao, may mga nakakausap ako, they actually think that it's easy. Totoo yan. Some people tell me that it's easy. Akala it's easy because when you see my reporting, Gretch, everything looks simple eh. If titingnan mo talaga, it's very comprehensive. Nandun na yung full context at wala akong erratum,
Edson, naalala ko si Tim Grover, your
Yan.
favorite coach, your favorite author, and who is the coach of Jordan and Kobe.
Yes,
Kaya
and
itatanong
Dwayne
kita,
Wade. Idol ko rin si Dwayne Wade.
Let me ask you, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
Kasi si Jordan, tayo more or less magka-age naman tayo, Gretchen, di ba? Nakita natin siya, panalo na siya eh. Ako, since nakita ko yung buong career ni Kobe, I would say na talagang mas Kobe fan ako. Although, kung hindi nalalayo si Jordan eh. Kasi parehas sila eh. Yung si Jordan, ang gusto ko sa kanya yung killer instinct niya eh.
5 things you want to do after this pandemic.
Number 1, basketball, definitely. Number 2, I want to travel. Gusto rin natin syempre bumalik din sa office sa ganung setup. Pinaka-na-miss ko din yung manood talaga ng live na events. Save the best for last, meet new people.
Meet the one! Edson, with the current numbers, what is your prediction? Kailan mag-i-end itong pandemic?
Okay, ang nakikita ko ngayon, if you look at the trend din sa ibang bansa, no, it's really the vaccination that would really be a game changer. Sa Pilipinas, yung nakikita ko, Gretch, right now we're seeing an improvement sa Metro Manila. The next few months, no, itong tinitingnan ko, that's June, July, August, would be very crucial. Pag ma-push natin, pababa pa yung mga numbers natin to say 700, 800, and then eventually to 500, tapos papasok yung vaccines, and we would be able to vaccinate a lot of people dito sa Metro Manila, nakikita ko yung outlook natin. Mas magiging masaya yung Christmas natin this year compared to last year. So, wag natin sayangin.
The most optimistic is by end of the year.
For Metro Manila. Kasi ngayon, syempre yung vaccines natin, nakafocus din dito sa Metro Manila ngayon eh. So, mukhang yun yung uunahin natin. So, ang akin lang, wag muna tayo maging complacent. Konting sacrifice ba in the next few months? Kasi this is going to be very crucial.
Ramdam na ramdam ko yung passion mo. Sabi mo, June, July, August.
Galit.
Diba? Ramdam na ramdam natin kung gaano ka-passionate si Edson. On a final note, Edson, how can we stay hopeful and how do you stay hopeful?
Importante talaga yung pagdarasal. Alam mo, itong pandemic, Gretch, ang daming bagay na dapat na-realize natin. A lot of things that we took for granted. Excited na ako na matapos tong pandemic kasi yung mga bagay na tinitake natin for granted, nawala eh. There is something to be thankful for, something to be grateful for, at yun yung lesson na natutunan ko nitong pandemic talaga.
It was nice hearing from you, Edson, and taking a sneak peek into the mindset of what I would say a data athlete. Diba? You are an athlete in your craft, in your sport. And Keep up the great work. Keep committed. But I do hope that you get as much sleep as you can.
And thanks again for inviting me. Sa mga nanonood ng YouTube channel ni Gretch, so mag-like, subscribe, and ano pa ba yun? Just,
he did the work for me. Maraming salamat, kapamilya, kapatid, at ano ba, lahat na.